Dr. Jill Stein your permanent campaign manager, um, and or is she just sort of your campaign manager, getting you through the process of the Green Party nomination, and then it's going to be someone else? And then there's another sort of thread of conversation. What are your thoughts on some of your possible uh, running mates? And if not like a specific name, but what type of running mate are you looking for? I always would like to put out uh, Gloria from PSL, or Chris Hedges. I mean, it sounds like he's already part of your campaign, but Chris Hedges would be a good choice, in my opinion. But can you speak to how they're attacking Jill Stein, or they're using Jill Stein, your campaign manager, as one of the lines of attack now? See some sort of Russian asset is what I'm hearing now is they're bringing that back. But could you speak to that, and then to, more broadly, her role as your campaign manager, and then any of your ideas, the future of your campaign?
Mm-hmm. Well, I should add to my very dear sister Nina Turner, who me and my beloved wife are always in conversation with. She's just full of tremendous wisdom and courage and so forth. She doesn't meet regularly, but we continually talk with her no matter what. And there's towering figures, the Gerald Horns of our day, one of the finest historians alive.
Oh, that's great. If you're talking to him, that's great.
Rick Wolf is playing a very important role. You probably saw the endorsement of Richard Falk, who has been head of UN commissioner, who's been very critical of vicious Israeli occupation, in addition to a whole host of other very important foreign policy issues. So yes, Sister Jill, certainly she came in as interim campaign manager because we're still in transition. We haven't fully completed the wholesale transition, even though we're on the way, we're on the move. And I thank her for that. She and the others have played a very important role in that regard. But we really shall see. We're still very much in the early and embryonic stages. We really are. There's no doubt about it. That's one of the reasons why I like to spend this time with you all, because you all really, well, I see you as well when I'm not on the show, but on the screen. But it just helps me think and rethink certain things. Same is true with Jared and them. That it helps me think and rethink certain things, and it also keeps me accountable. Telling the black farmers that. That's why Mississippi is so important to start. You remember Reagan started in 1980, Philadelphia, Mississippi, where the Klan had killed civil rights workers.
That guy.
And he proclaimed states' rights that day. The Klan supported him that same day, endorsed him the same day, 1980. He was just sending the sign out right there. We said, okay, we'll see. We going 2 hours from where the blues was born in Delta, Mississippi. One of the greatest artistic breakthroughs of the last 200 years of the species, the Son House, Robert Johnson and them, see. And looking for those roots that provide a launching pad to catapult us as black freedom fighters, fighting for everybody, but always beginning on the chocolate side of town. And so the campaign has to be part of that. It really does. And it's a challenge, when you try to translate the greatness of the black musical tradition and the greatness of the black freedom tradition in the electoral politics. That's
like a hard translation.
Fire off from one of those small white Catholic churches down in Maryland or something. He can't contain it. It's just too much going on. Oh, I'm knocking my glasses off now. It's too much going on, you see. And so it's a challenge, really, to be able to make that kind of shift, as it were, so that we're true to what's producing us, and at the same time we get the kind of work done that we need to in the campaign itself. Very, very much so. Did I answer? Did I answer your question? I hope I didn't evade it.
Yeah. You addressed the part about Jill Stein and uh
Right.
how I did have one other follow up about Ajamu Baraka. He's just kind of playing a advisory sort of role, or all the people
No, it's much
you
stronger than
named
advisory.
earlier. Okay,
No, that
okay,
brother's intellectual substance and gravitas is such that everywhere he goes, he's got some very, very crucial things to say. So that it advisory in a traditional sense, but it goes far beyond advisory in that sense. And we get to struggle together because we don't agree on everything, even though we agree on a whole lot now. There ain't no doubt about that. And his voice is one that is profoundly respected by myself, by my blood brother Clifton, and he to my wife and those who are part of that. That this is going to change over time. I'm just being honest with you all in terms of where things are at
right
the
now,
moment. Because
absolutely.
we've marched all the way through from People's Party, all the way through the early moments, and we're still trying to get this thing together. Very,
Well,
very much so.
momentum is building. I can see it online, guys. Rome and Nick.
Mm,
I'm sure you got. I can really see more people saying, "Wow, I would vote for him." Yeah, I would. I'm just seeing it snowball. So keep doing what you're doing all of these interviews, keep coming on here and Black Power Media, because it's working. It's working at least as far as getting your name out there and getting known. I am seeing it on Twitter. I'm just seeing your name a lot more often. But Nick, Rome, any final words you wanted
I
to
just
say
wanted
to?
to, I wanted to follow up on that because that does help you overall. But you know, with the burnout that the Bernie people had, that, they just feel so disappointed and they're like,
mm.
I'm not doing this again. And not only that, we have the majority of people that's in politics who are independent. What do you say to these people? How do you get them back on the ground? How do you light that fire back under their asses? And I know, yes, we went through the pandemic and stuff like that, but I feel
Right.
like people aren't just going through it. I feel like they are broken. They know it's getting worse, and you know I feel like they are just broken. What do you say to these people to get them back on the ground to try to at least push for a third party? Not as a third party as a victory, as oh we're going to win, we're going to be president. As a third party is let's solidify ourselves and try to start from here. You know,
Yes, yes, yes. I mean, one thing is that see, my major priority is not just to get people to vote for me. See, I'm not that kind of candidate, really. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Um, it'd be a beautiful thing if they wanted to do that. But I just want people to have enough self-respect and a sense of self-determination that they could be an agent in their own liberation efforts. It could be local. You can't stand national politics. You can't stand so and so, but love your people in your community. Be part of the struggle for housing against eviction. Be part of your Christian of the church concerned about the prison program, so that everybody go see the brothers and the sisters, or the mosque, or the center. I don't want people to just completely feel as if they can escape. So if somebody like Bernie say burn them out, oh wait, now how you gonna get a independent vanilla brother from Vermont who gonna burn you out in your love for Jamal and Letitia? Hey, did you need him for you to love Letitia and Jamal? No, you could be a local activist and say bump all of this party politics, but still just be involved because all of that makes a difference. That's part of our movement. See, the movement is not focused just on one campaign or one party at all. Not at all. Even you all know as leftists, as Marxists, you're going to have some quasi crypto or non Marxists out there doing some decent things. They ain't going to agree with your ideological position all the time, but they could be serious forces for good and might learn something from your analysis in which class and empire is important. It's going to take them a while. They'll bump into it later on. That's fine. That's what our movement is. It's uneven. It develops in different ways in different sites and sectors. You know what I mean? And so that's why you never hear me say, I want folk just to jump on this Green Party bandwagon. And there's a Brother West running. No. That's not the jazz tradition.
So you would say overall your goal is to get at least try to reach for that percentage that we need to at least get things started federally, so we could pull in some money and really get things going from town to town. Would you say that would be your message?
Well, I would say this, my brother, that my goal is to use all of my energy I can to do the best that I can to serve the people. I don't know what history has to offer, man. Trump may end up in jail and Biden collapse and no labels generate some milquetoast so-and-so. We don't know what happened. We got 16 months. You know what I mean? Yeah. History is unpredictable. We're in real time here, right? So the best of whatever I do, if it's to win, it's win. Then it's really gonna be on. We need all kinds of security there. We won't go into that right now. But but whatever I could do, it's to try to give all that you can to empty yourself in serving the people. That's the key. That's the key. And of course, that's what empowers us and energizes us, because it's call and response. Our culture is antiphonal, right? That call and response takes us to high levels we didn't even know about. You get the energy from the people themselves, you see. So in that way of people feeling burned out, you hope that it's a retail burnout, not a wholesale. Everybody got retail burnout. No doubt about it. That's like relationships. Man, I need to hold off on a while. I feel burned out now. No, it's just retail. Just wait a little while down the line. You're going to meet somebody else. But if it's wholesale burnout, you don't never have no relationship. You go 40 years all by yourself. No, you don't want that. So that it's the timing of it. You want to be able to time yourself in such a way that you're always open to being used to serve the people, to give insight, love, exemplify courage, and so forth. And I think that's one of the things that keeps us going, no matter what the evidence is. You see, that for us, the love and the resistance and the resiliency and the joy will always have the last word.